Klipspruit, Kliprivier Wetland Rehabilitation Project started during the FIFA 2010 World Cup as the mayoral legacy project. So out of that, we then had to do all the studies to assess the wetland, the functionality aspects. And out of that, we then identified certain nodes that we believed that we could do development of parks where people could sort of appreciate recreational aspects while they're interacting with nature on the wetland. I'm passionate about the work that I'm doing, especially in the communities, because I know that I'm making a difference in our communities, and at the very same time, because I'm an environment at heart, and if I see that you see a wetland that's functioning, you most probably know that you're rendering the eco goods and services that the wetland's supposed to provide to the community. There was quite a number of problems that we experienced along the wetland. One of those is illegal dumping. There's also frequent discharge of sewers and everything. And you remember, wetlands are your filters. So now we needed to enhance the functionality aspect, while on the edges we actually protect so that communities don't use those for dumping spots. The idea of actually developing these eco parks along the edges of the wetland, it's mainly to get the support of the community in such a way that the community now participate in the park instead of actually fencing off, which most probably the fence would be recycled and you'll remain with the area that is bare, and people would then go back to their old ways of actually dumping. Of areas that we've worked on, we now have quite a good support from the communities in such that the areas that we've developed have actually enhanced property value around the areas we've developed. And at the very same time, we've now forged partnership with communities to a level where there's nobody that would come from outside the community to come and dump as previously it was utilizes some of the dumping spot areas. On Dorothy-Nyembe, we've developed the park in the middle, and then on the edges also we've got the wetland system, and part of it is we've got the Educational Environment Center, where school kids are actually on certain environmental days where are hosted and they are taught about the wetland and the river systems and the plants that are there. So we've got the environmental center that does that. Through in Johannesburg City Park and Zoo, we then have school programs where people are then educated on that one. On Zola project, we had a wetland system that was situated in the middle of two townships, and the community was actually crossing along the wetland, and that was posing risk to the community in such that during the rainfall event, people would most likely drown. So on the project, we then intervened by actually building the pedestrian bridge across the wetland, and then in the middle, we then did some enhancement on the wetland for it to function. Then on the edges, we then developed a park also that would actually enhance and the community to be able to interact with nature. There's quite a number of work that's still going to happen, and going forward is the more we get support, centrally to this type of development is the community support. So if sub-community would sort of support us and protect the developed areas that we've left behind, I think we'd go forward in terms of sort of protecting what nature can offer in terms of the functionality of the wetland and the creational aspect that we'd be leaving behind to the community.